Today's Namaste Yoga is a beginner class about Cobra pose and bow pose. Hello and welcome to episode 159 of Namaste Yoga. Happy New Year! We're in Florida. Yay! It's so beautiful here. We have palm trees in the background to prove that we're in Florida. Yay! And it poured down with rain this morning, but we were determined to get outside and film for you. So I've got a towel here, and we're going to do this first part quickly so that my bum does not get soaked through this morning. Let's see, it's 2013, it's the beginning of the year, so it's a great time to renew your commitment to yoga. And I know one of the ways that a lot of you want to do that is by joining the membership site to deepen your commitment to yoga. And you can do that in two ways. One way is to become a member for a whole year by joining for the whole year for $79.95 for the year, or you can join with a lesser financial commitment for 3 months at a time. Now quarterly memberships that price is $26.85 for 3 months at a time. And we just added new content for the beginning of January. We have a brand new video called Yoga for Sciatica, and also at the beginning of the year, something that's really important in yoga is setting intentions. And in yoga we call this Sankalpa, and we have a brand new 5-class series called Sankalpa 2013, because this is something we do at the beginning of each year on the membership site. So we did one last year, and we have a brand new series this year, and we're going to be having a Google Hangout at the beginning of next week for our members to join up and meet up and share their Sankalpas for 2013. So we have a testimonial this morning from one of our members, from Anna. She says, "Thank you for all your work and your insight and the fact that you share both the yoga and the personal touches that make every video interesting, fun, and truly informative, both physically, spiritually, and emotionally. You have helped me to be better in touch with my body. You've helped me with my breathing techniques to calm my anxiety. My favorite videos are the anxiety and grounding ones because they speak directly to me, and those ones are on the membership site. I'm 63 years old, and thank you so much for reinforcing the idea of listening to my body and responding to it. My good wishes extend to Tim also, who I know is a very important part of this whole experience." So Tim is my husband, who does all the filming and all the post-production work and lots of other things too. With love, Anna. Thank you to Squeezed, our sponsors, for our yoga clothing. I'm wearing a Squeezed yoga top this morning with the lotus design and capri pants this morning. Nice pink, cheerful top for Florida. And also thank you to Dusky Leaf, our mat and blocks and yoga bag and yoga accessory sponsor at duskyleaf.ca. So this morning we're going to be starting with our mats rolled up. So take some time to roll your mat in a really tight roll, and I'm going to get you started in this position, and then I will take some time while you're in this position to explain what to expect during this class. So once you have your mat rolled up in this tight roll, I'll show you the position that you're going to take. You'll sit down in front of the mat, so your pelvis will actually be off the mat, and then you're going to have your legs straight out, and you guys can take your legs straight, and you'll rest back over the mat. take your palms out to the side, arms out to the side with your palms up. You can have your knees bent or your legs straight out. So the reason for this is it's going to open up your chest and prepare you for the back bends. So I'll get you guys to stay here and I'll just explain a little bit about what's going to happen in the class and the reason for doing this. Okay, as you rest over the rolled up mat, it acts as a kind of homemade bolster to give you a little back bend to start to bend your spine backwards to prepare you for the back bends for today's class. And this will be our savasana to begin to start to prepare yourself to transition from the multi-focus of everyday life to start to bring you into the one-pointed focus of yoga so that you can begin to focus on your breath and your body, the sensations in your body. So after we do this resting over your rolled up mat in today's class, we will begin to prepare your body for the back bends that we'll be doing in today's class. We'll do some reclined twists and side bends and back bends and postures to prepare your spine for the back bends of today's class. We'll even do some postures to open up your hips and strengthen your back in preparation for bow pose and cobra pose. Once we have your body ready, then we'll be doing cobra pose and bow pose. After we've done the main postures for today's class, we'll come back onto the ground and release your spine with a reclined twist again. After your yoga practice, you'll have a chance to integrate your practice with Shavasana. So as you rest back over your bolster, begin to focus your attention on your breathing. Follow your breath as it comes into your body and as it goes out of your body. Also become aware of what it feels like to be resting over your rolled up mat like this. To have your spine bent backwards like this. So often in our day-to-day life, our spines are rounded forward over computers, our desks, our phones, our books, our Kindles, our Cobras, our iPads. So it's really important to bend our spines the other way. And to open up in the other direction. Just notice what it feels like in your body to open up to this new year, to this new day, to your practice. Now bring your attention to your shoulders, which are resting on either side of the roll. And allow them to become heavier. Let the weight of gravity pull them towards the ground even more. Each time you breathe out, feel them sink towards the ground. And then begin to form your intention for your practice today. What is it that you want to receive by practicing your yoga for the next hour? Why are you here today? And if you're practicing this practice at the beginning of 2013, what is it that you want to open to this year? And gradually allow your breath to deepen and go ahead and wiggle and stretch out. You can stay lying on the ground here. We're going to begin with a twist to release your spine, to prepare your spine for the back bends today. So you can start lying on your right side with your knees bent at a 90-degree angle up to your sides. Lie on your sides with your arms to the side. And then what you're going to do is open your left arm up to the side so you open into a twist. And then you're going to lift and bring your chest right up towards the sky. So you're in the twist. And breathe nice, long, slow, deep breaths. So try and keep your left knee right on top of your right knee so that your knees are stacked. And then go ahead and roll back onto your right side. And roll over onto your left side. And we'll repeat that twist on your left side. So lying on your left side. With your knees bent at a right angle at your side. And you're going to open your right arm up towards the ceiling and then turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Keep your knees stacked one on top of each other. And in a twist, you're going to look over your right shoulder. You're going to focus on your exhalation. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. So the twist will really help to loosen up your spine so that it's easier to come into the back bends. And then roll back to your left side. And you're going to go ahead and lie on your stomach now. So on your stomach, we're going to do a couple of postures to help to prepare your body for one for bow pose now. So for bow pose, you have to open up the fronts of your hips. So we're going to do leg extensions here, which is half locust pose, to open up the fronts of your hips. So you're going to rest your forehead on the tops of your hands, press the front of your pelvis into the ground, then inhale. Exhale, lengthen long through your right leg until it lifts off the ground. Taking nice, long, smooth, deep breaths. And then slowly lower your right leg back down to the ground. Wiggle your hips from side to side to release your low back. And then again, press the front of your pelvis into the ground, anchor your pubic bone. Inhale. Exhale and lengthen long through your left leg until it reaches off the ground. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths, opening up the front of your hip. And then slowly lower your leg down and wiggle your hips from side to side. Okay, this next exercise we did last week, and it's one to strengthen your back muscles, and more so I want to use it to help you find your back muscles, because a lot of times people do Cobra pose using their neck muscles, and really it's a pose that you should do using your back muscles. So if you find your back muscles first, you're more likely to use your back muscles when you do Cobra pose. So what you're going to do is rest your forehead on the mat, and then take your arms out to the side, roll your shoulders back and up, lift your arms, and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So now you can feel the muscles in the middle of your back. So just get a sense of feeling these muscles. And that's your back. I know it seems like an obvious thing to say, but these are the muscles you should be using when you come into Cobra pose, so that when you bend backwards, these are the muscles you should be feeling, not your neck. Okay, so just remember that. And slowly lower your arms down. You're going to push yourself up onto all fours, and we'll come into cat pose. So you can stretch out your spine. So come onto all fours, spread your fingers nice and wide. Going to exhale, round up through your back, and inhale and arch through your back. And exhale and round through your back. And inhale and arch through your back. So again, just warming up your spine to get some spinal mobility and flexibility in your spine so that it becomes easier when you come into the back bend for a cobra. So you're going to breathe out as you round and arch your back. And breathe in as you look up. Just get a sense of your spine being really fluid and mobile here. And then sit back on your heels. And we're going to do something here because when we do Cobra pose, you want to keep your elbows in tight to your body. And I just realized that the exercise that I have to teach you to keep your elbows tight into your body, people actually keep their elbows out. So we're going to do this as a two-step process. So take your arms out here and then bring your elbows in tight to your body. Okay? Inhale, bring your arms out. Exhale, bring them in tight to your body. Inhale up. Exhale in tight to your body. Inhale out. Exhale in tight to your body. So I realize there's no effort in your body. We're just giving your body muscle memory here, okay? So that we know your body is able to make this motion. So feel the insides of your arms touching the sides of your body. Okay, so now you're going to come up onto all fours. We're going to see if you can do it here. So take your hands slightly forward of your shoulders, tuck your tailbone under. You're going to inhale, lower down, and exhale, press up. And you still want the insides of your arms touching the sides of your body. So you're going to inhale, lower down, and exhale, press up. So the opposite thing is going to happen when you come into Cobra pose. You're still going to keep your arms in tight to your body. This is the harder way of doing it. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. We'll do two more like this. This is a modified version of Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Keep your chin tucked and your ears back over your shoulders. One more. Inhale, lower down. And exhale, press up. Good job. So sit back on your heels again. Take your arm back. Stretch your elbow back so you stretch out your triceps. And do that on the other side as well. I think Tim was impressed by that. Good job. Tricep push-ups. Chaturanga Dandasana. Good job. Yay. We're so proud of you, everybody. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do lunge pose. That was the hardest part of the class, by the way. You got through that, you can get through everything else. Okay, so lunge pose now. Open up the fronts of your hips to prepare you for Dhanurasana, bow pose. So take a step forward with your left foot. Lean forward. till you feel a stretch in the front of your right hip here. Nice long, slow, deep breaths. That was a pretty big step forward. You might not need such a big step forward. And then you're going to shift back. And do that on the other side. So you'll take a step forward with your right foot. Lean forward. Lots of weight through your front right foot. Hands on either side of your foot. Keep your tailbone tucked under, shoulders down and relaxed. Reach forward through the front of your left hip. Feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. Nice long, slow, deep breaths. And then you can step back. We'll come onto all fours. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. Inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Drop your head, coming into downward facing dog. And then walk your feet into your hands and come up to standing. Okay, so from standing, we're going to do a standing side bend and a standing back bend to prepare your body for bow pose and cobra pose. So in standing, stand with your feet under your hip bones, with your inner edges of your feet parallel. Lift and spread your toes. Reach your legs long down into the ground. Your hip bones and your pubic should be parallel. I don't know if you can hear. There's a bunch of kids having fun outside here. Lengthen your spine up. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bend over to one side. So I'm bending to the right, so keep your left shoulder back. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. Lift up through your pelvic floor. Draw your navel back to your spine. And then inhale and come back up to standing. And you'll exhale side, bend over to the left side now. Keep your right shoulder open. Nice long, slow, deep breath. And inhale and come back up to standing. Exhale, lower your arms down. Great. Okay. Now we're going to do a little standing back bend here with a focus on your shoulders. Okay, so from here, interlace your fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulders back and down. Make sure you got your tailbone tucked under. And you're just going to lift your arms behind you and lift your chest as much as it's comfortable for you. This will just help your chest and shoulders get ready for Dhanurasana bow pose. And then slowly release your arms down. And let's come back down onto our mats, and we're actually going to do Cobra and Dhanurasana now. Okay, so we'll start with Cobra, and this is where we did the pose with keeping your elbows in, so that we did the tricep push-ups for that. So this is where this comes in handy. And we also did that pose where you found your back muscles. So remember that in this pose. So you're gonna rest your forehead on the mat and keep your elbows in tight to your body. Hands underneath your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back and up. Tuck your pelvis into the ground. Press the front of your pelvis into the ground. Inhale. And then you're gonna exhale, lift your chest up off the ground. Press your palms into the ground, and you're going to lift your chest off the ground. So feel how you're using your back muscles. You're keeping your elbows in, ears back over your shoulders. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. This is such a great pose to strengthen your back muscles. It's great for your kidneys, great for your adrenals. It's such a great counter pose to all of life. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Oof. Got a little bite. It's okay. I'm coming back up to join you. Okay, and then slowly lower down, elbows in tight to your body. We'll come back for a counter pose, child's pose. So push yourself up onto all fours. Bring your knees underneath you and sit back onto your heels. Rest your forehead on the ground. And if this bothers your knees, you can always lie on your back and hug your knees into your chest. Okay, so let's come back down onto our stomachs for Dhanurasana. We'll actually do half bow pose first, and then we'll try full bow pose maybe. So come onto your stomachs again. And you're going to start by bending your right leg in. And you'll reach around and hold onto your right ankle if you can reach it. And if not, just hold onto your right foot. And if you can't reach your right foot, that's okay. You can use your strap too and hook up your strap there. You can even hold on to the inside of your foot too for this pose. It's your choice. You're gonna roll your right shoulder back and up. And then you're going to start to pull your heel away from your buttocks, and that will lift your chest up off the ground. And then you can even use your hand to give yourself a little bit of leverage here. And then slowly lower yourself down and reach your right arm out in front. You're gonna wiggle your hips. And do this on the other side. So bend your left leg in. Reach around and hold on to your left ankle or your foot, whatever's easiest to reach. Remember, you can use your strap too. Roll your left shoulder up, back and up. And then you start to move your left heel away from your buttocks, and that action starts to lift your chest up off the ground. And then you can use your right hand to give you a little bit of an extra lift up off the ground. So half bow pose, half Dhanurasana. And slowly lower down. And wiggle your hips again from side to side to release your low back. And now you can try, if you don't want to do the full version of the pose, which is totally fine, you can stay with one side. But if you're going to do one side again, it's tempting to do the side that felt better in your body, but do the side that was tighter. Okay, so for full bow, make sure you press the front of your pelvis into the ground. You're going to bend both knees in. Reach around, you're going to hold on to both ankles or feet. And then you start to pull both heels away from your buttocks. That opens up your chest and lifts it off the ground. And then slowly release. Push up onto all fours and into child's pose. Okay, and then roll up through your spine. And gonna lie on your back for a reclined twist, the same one we did at the beginning, just to release your back from those back bends. So with your knees bent at a 90-degree angle, same thing as you did at the beginning, arms stacked on your left side, roll open into the twist, lift your chest up towards the sky. So just notice how different your spine feels now at the end of class compared to the beginning of class. And then we'll go over onto the other side. So lie on your left side. And then stack your arms up on the right side and roll open to the left. And then you can come back onto your back. Find the center of your mat. Lie in savasana. Tuck your shoulders underneath you. Lie with your feet hip-width apart, your palms turned up, your arms equal distance from your side. And you can rest here, and I'm going to share a quote with you that to me encapsulates our class from today. So since our class was about opening to 2013, I've chosen this quote by Khalil Gibran to finish our class. To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but what he aspires to. Gradually deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes and start to stretch out. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side and make your way up to seated. Thank you for joining us for episode 159 of Namaste Yoga. I'll see you on the membership site, and I'll see you next week for episode 160. Namaste.